Welcome, everybody. Welcome. This is our 10th podcast, and this one is on alignment. Excuse me. Today, as usual, we'll come in us four beautiful, high-level, high-thinking people. And before we come with our discussion, we will, as usual, come to give you a piece of ourselves through our writing, whether it be poetry, short story, or whatever have you. We're giving you a piece of our artistry. So before we get to our discussion, we are going to start with I. He does everything outside of writing pieces with us and getting on with the Wellbeings podcast. He's always moving. He's in the community. He's out there. When we say he's in these streets, we mean in a good way. I is making movements, just being a positive force. So tap in with him. And his brother too, doing big things. Let him speak more on that if he feels like it's his business. But he's coming to us today. And his piece, is called Inevitable. So thank you and bless us with your piece this morning.
Thank you, Tone. Yeah, so let's get right into it. If the sun stopped shining and the world stopped turning, would 2 + 2 still equal 4? I wrote this verse as a fundamental function of universal law, in line with the time our lives intertwine. Seeking we find, riddled in rhyme, answer to the question that's been plaguing mankind. What's the meaning? What's the meaning of life? In my lifetime, I've experienced ebbs and flows. At my lowest of lows, at the proverbial fork in the road, I chose to go home. To be grown in my mom's house was never the plan. Have I failed as a man? Or is this just another chapter as my story unfolds? My youngin' just grows. He's soon to be tall as me. I want to see him on his feet exploring possibilities I could only imagine. If only I had been the man of my dreams. But if was a fifth, I'd probably drink it to the head. That version of me ain't dead, just buried in darkness in my subconscious. Old ways I had to part with in order to grow. Sometimes it feels like the heaviest blow. But when it's all said and done, it's inevitable. The more I write, the more I overstand the assignment. It's all in divine timing.
It's all in alignment, indeed. I like it. Yeah, lots of gems. I love what you were saying about your son. And, so many of us grown children have to go back home and then leave again and come back home and leave again. And I think my experience working with care experienced young people shows me the blessing in that. It's such a blessing to have that option. And it's not unusual to feel say what you're saying, but it's quite normal. And it's a blessing to be able to do it,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yes, indeed. A lot of times it's looked upon, especially over here, like by a certain age, you got to be doing your own thing. But in other cultures, my next door neighbor has from grandparents to parents to the youngest children all in the same house. Some people do that in order to pull their resources together, then go buy more property. So you'll see another community that it looks like their house is full, but they are making it happen. They got another property, and then they're going to go get a hotel, and start up the business, and then they're gonna fly somebody in from their country to come back and start it up again. So yeah, this depends on how we look at it. That's why I asked the question, have I failed as a man? Because that can start to really eat at me like, yo, what am I doing? But then at the same time, it's like, okay, cooperative economics, we're collectively pooling in here. And the discussions for us to get a multi-family unit is, a real thing.
I did see, sorry, I will shut up and let others speak in a minute. But I've got to just say quickly, I saw something on Instagram not long ago, because I'm of the mindset you just spoke about. And it was a guy saying that this was the whole concept of your children leaving home at 18 or whatever was all based on consumerism. So that you got a separate unit now to sell to pay rent, to sell products to, whatever. And keeping, like I said to Omar and Millie, like I want them here as long as I want them to have a place in my home forever. Just need a bigger home now, but it's it's all these psyops on us, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
I'm sitting there trying to unmute my phone with my mouse. You're a lyricist. You are a lyricist, and I say all the time, and while I enjoy, you and your brother, I enjoy. There's something about the way you do it in like poetry and in like written word, like in spoken word type form. It's just like, I don't know, for me it's like, I don't know, it's like you could just take your time and just like walk through what what you're trying to say, and you could just hear all the message. I like it. But the you spoke and then you just emphasized it. My favorite part of it, like looking outside at the world and how you could then turn around and question your own worth as a man or whatever, even though you are winning as a man and doing right and raising your child, you aligned in the right way that you're supposed to be aligned. But it's so easy for us to want to align with other things too and see other things, and then like, I don't want to say misalign, but we could prematurely align. We could misidentify with things just because like you see somebody else has or somebody else doing. It's like, what am I doing wrong? So you feel like you're doing something wrong, but you really not. You're really not. But I really like that part, and I like the way you put it together, like in words. Like, but I'm sure your son appreciates you as a man. You know what I'm saying? For sure, 100%.
Yeah, he once told me, why don't you be president? And it floored me. I'm like, what? Be president? He said, you're fair. And I was like, I'm fair? Okay. But looking from the outside in, I guess, other people would see me better than I see myself at times.
Yeah.
That's
huge.
My
apologies.
I was just going to say that's huge because children are honest, aren't they? So they don't. If he thinks you're fair, you got to be fair. Yeah, sorry, Adriana.
No, not at all. I was just going to say, hey, my good brother, my good 90s hip hop brother, the mathematics, my bro.
Heavy on the math.
Sir. Blessings, man. Blessings. I appreciate what you did. I always appreciate what you do. And you are Nas of your generation, bro. For sure.
Thank you.
All right, so you know what now, Adriana, you want to be the last one to speak, you could be the next one to speak.
Okay.
Adriana comes to us, you know what I'm saying? Adriana has like matured and grown. I can't say that she was immature before, but I'll say she blossomed. That's a better way to put it.
I can say it, but go ahead.
She, you know what I'm saying, is finding and has found certain parts of herself, and you could see it in the confidence in her writing pieces as they grow and they evolve, right? So hopefully, I want to say hopefully the next time I'm introducing or I'm at least bringing up Adriana's piece, I hope that we have something to say that, you know what I'm saying, like, this is her work of art, this is her work, you know what I'm saying, that, you know what I'm saying, but I could say that, but somebody probably saying that about me too, but I'm saying that about her. It's about what I'm saying about her. So Adriana, she's coming to us or whatever, and her piece, I already know it says Divine as its title, Divine Lines. And she's coming. I can't wait to hear what you got to say. So go ahead and just let me shut up and let you start speaking.
Much peace, Tone. I appreciate that. You too kind, bro. As always, too kind. I came in taking over for the 1989, born into healing, rebirth, and releasing. Through simple addition, you'll find 27, then 2 plus 7, that's 9, completion. Year of the earth snake, grounded in spirit, born to transform and shed light through my lyrics. Bred to stand out and notice the difference, lead by example and trust. Intuition. I arrived in the springtime, another clear sign, renewal and awakening for me will be aligned. Not just my arrival, but every year now, resurrection, the blessing of my life I've come to find. Due March 15th, like my grandmother Brenda. Kind-hearted water sign like my other granny Linda. Only difference was the month. Linda born in October. Well, does that make sense? Calm down. I'll show you. Spring equinox, baby, born March 23rd, on the cusp in every way before I ever spoke a word. Sun Aries and Pisces, fire and water. Mom's on the cusp too, like mother, like daughter. Born April 16th on the brink of a Taurus, which is my rising, combining our forces. Virgo and Libra describe my pop September 24th during fall equinox. But where's y'all's connection? You'll find out soon. Been a daddy's girl since birth, and Libra's my mood. I'm equally yoked with traits from both, talents from both, crutches from both, birth and trauma. Raised and went through the same products of poverty, pressure and pain, both black swans that flew and sang despite generational cycles of change. Nerds, creatives, readers, thinkers, genre bending music lovers, motivational speakers, open-minded archetypes, boundary breakers that made the best of situations. I'll just esteem this failure. Kind, generous, humorous, villainous, anxiousness, depression, anger, introverted maliciousness. Equal parts of all of this, past life convergence, such is my purpose to break certain curses. But where does your sociology connect with astrology? The elements of nature and the seasons are a part of me. Fire, air, earth, water, spring, summer, fall, winter. I'm the female egg, the last airbender. An avatar sent to be a leader of change, transmuting complications into cleansing rain, embers of passion, winds of courage, from a muddy foundation like the soil of the earth is. A tale of polarity, darkness and lightness, escape the pull of wickedness in favor of righteous karmic resolutions deeply rooted in soul work. Boundary breaking and healing, showing up as the next first. Somebody got to do it so the babies will see. They were meant to be free from complacency, from settling, meddling, careless, fussing and fighting, judging the next to cover scars they are hiding. Swept under that rug their parents left, not asking or telling, quiet is kept. Adding to the masks that cover their faces and the reasons why they keep a means of escaping. Children do what they see more than what they're told. Somebody got to teach them, young and old, open up minds that were previously closed, who are tired of conforming to what they're sold, who are ready to discover what most overlook, keeping darkness in power, because they won't read a book, listen to a book, do a quick Google search, get a second opinion on what they heard on a 3-minute clip, short, sweet, or reel, instead of letting socials tell them how to feel, how to act, eat, work, buy, or treat one another, see one another, greet one another, mistreat one another, based on preconceived notions with no basis or potence, distorting their focus. The Most High said is time. The Most High said is time. Shine more light so they notice. The world is transforming. It's in bloom like a lotus. all the rejects, pariahs, voluntary outliers, the ones considered whack for inspiring kindness, conspiring to usher in this age of Aquarius, leading with the love that breaks down all barriers, both brains on point, so we clearly see, eyes wide open, and I mean all three. In cahoots stand light and more to achieve, reclaiming their power by planting seeds, fertilized by healing historical wounds, so more begin shedding their own cocoons, clearing minds, creating the room to revive divine lines dormant in you. To realize the divine line lying dormant in you. Peace, love, and light.
Hey, okay. I'm gonna toss it right back at you. That part about the mathematics, you jumped into it pretty much from the top. Breaking down that number 9, that's the 1989. I'm like, okay, numerology going on, had some astrology going on. Yeah, I rocks with it. And the flows. Okay, there we go.
Let me say, yeah, I got to piggyback right up on that. I'm on the first one, the flow. You switched up the flows I think 4 or 5 times. Like you did 3 different flows. You spoke 2 different ways. You started off on this thing. You switched it up mad different times. But you started the numerology, the way you kicked it from how you went macro, how you went like this, macro cosmetic numerology, then you brought it in personal, family, brought it back out to the that was, I'm about to start cursing. That was hard. That was so tough. You are really good, for real. I'm not even playing. The way things can align cosmically, the way that things cosmically align are set so that things align on a more intricate level that people don't even realize. People act certain ways because of the stars they were born under, and they align, and certain things align, and they do certain things in alignment with who they are that you may not understand, or you know what I'm saying? So you being who you are, just being a part of who your mother and who your father are, you just aligning with that, is a whole different way of alignment that, people don't really think about. But I just think that you did it in such a tough way. That was tough, for real.
Agreed. I love the whole horoscope comparisons and how you all connect to each other and align with each other. I thought that was very clever, very well done. And really, my overall kind of view of you right now is it's what Cynthonia said. It's like you blossomed. Do you know what I mean? It's like when you're somebody, but you only see 40% of who you are, but there's all that other 60% needs to come in. It's coming. And you're just glowing. You're like glowing off the screen, and your ability, your artistic ability's just gone through the roof. So well done, sis. That was pretty amazing.
Much appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all know I got to get on my soapbox for a second. This is my TED Talk. My gratitude and appreciation to the Well-Beings Collective, bro, because if it wasn't for each one of you, I wouldn't be where I am right now. I wouldn't be at the level of confidence. I wouldn't have pushed myself harder to discover myself and rediscover myself, because what I just did is an amalgamation of who I was growing up and who I've grown into. And I appreciate y'all for noticing me in different ways to influence that. Absolutely much gratitude. But go ahead. I could go all day. But I love y'all, man. I appreciate this group, and we all collectively have just evolved so beautifully. It's amazing. Metamorphosis is awesome.
Agreed. All right. Bada boom, bada bing. Coming to you live, boom, boom, boom. Everybody step back and suit step in the room. All right. Now, Caroline, SuperNaturalCee is the architect and builder of the Lioness Productions, the author of Aurelia, of Cooking with Cass, of everything that you see coming out on YouTube's that she be editing, coming through. She's nonstop. She sleeps for like 2 hours. She's probably half human, half robot. But in all, she's a great person. So she's always coming through with her many talents. Sometimes she sings us, sometimes she'll give us a story of poetry. We'll see what she has for you today. But the title of it, I and I SOS. Carolyn, bring it to her. Let's see what's up.
Oh, thank you very much, Cynthonia. So I'm going to ask I am I to just, can you tell the people then what I and I means in Jamaican like terms?
So I and I is dealing with we, right? The collective. I and I being on that oneness. That's what it boils down to. Oneness.
So thank you very much. I was going to try and find like a proper definition and all that, and then I just thought, I'm Manuel, man. I'm Manuel. He can break that down nicely. So I and I SOS, and this is from one of my affirmations. And it was a download, just came to me divinely, like, do this. So I write this 369 times a day. So the I and I stand for intuitive and intelligent, and the SOS stands for strategic, ordered, and spontaneous. So this is I and I SOS. Intuitive and intelligent, strategic, ordered, spontaneous, aligning with the most relevant. This combination is dangerous. Intuitive and intelligent, strategic, ordered, spontaneous, moving smooth, not cantankerous, vibes in high, just as a dancer does. Intuitive and intelligent, strategic, ordered, spontaneous. This combination is dangerous. This experience is the sanest. Smoke and mirrors dissipate. With one, too much. Add more, it's fate. In numbers, that's the most high state. No need for wrong when steeped in faith. No need for worry, when steeped in faith. Intuitive, I have sight beyond sight, eyes beyond mind, internal guide. Intelligent, I can process ish at rapid speed and work with it. Strategic, I see all the parts from the start, aligned like art. Ordered, minna like a mess. It's messes with your head. Keep it neat, no stress. Spontaneous, flowing like pure water. Most High's daughter, as required. Seeing the beauty and mysticism in gentle whispers and calmer lines, the signs. Intuitive and intelligent, strategic, ordered, spontaneous, aligning with the most relevant. This combination is dangerous.
Very much is a dangerous combination right there. That's a very, very dangerous, high level. That's a weapon. That's a weapon. Yeah, that was a nice flow too. That was more your karma side. I like that too. I like that. Definitely, I like the way that you not the way you scripted, but I like the way you spoke about alignment in that way. So yeah, nice and calm. Cool. It's very dangerous. It's very dangerous. It's such a good combination too. It's so hard to get all of them to align. How do you align with all of those things to be, you know what I'm saying? That's a discipline to be all of those different things. Spontaneous is the hardest one for me. But I think you pretty much, when you wrote that, you were thinking about, like, you were writing about yourself.
Yeah, but I realized the people I'm aligned with have those qualities. It's the rise of the geeks, isn't it? The rise of the geeks time, you know what I mean? We're not talking about how strong you are, how much weight you can push, how long you can run. It's up here these days.
Yeah, being smart is cool now, right? People that are making the most are, I mean, I guess they always have been the quote unquote nerds. You know what stood out to me in that part? I want to know if I'm getting the words right. He said, sight beyond sight, words beyond mind. Is that correct?
I said eyes beyond
Eyes beyond mine, eyes beyond mine. And that that made me think of the collective now, right? So if his sight beyond sight is not just my seeing, it's what we all see, and the eyes beyond mine. So I'm thinking about I and just like, even when Rastas say I, they're not talking about just themselves. That's something that made me think like, wow, there's no mistakes with it, with whatever we're speaking, right? We just have to be consciously aware of the words we're saying. But sometimes these things come from the soul. Yeah. So I felt like that was speaking to me through that. That's a dope piece.
Good stuff.
Ariel, you were floating. You were absolutely floating. I enjoyed every moment of that. That your piece was very appropriate and very colorful also. Much peace, man. Alignment indeed.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, Adriana. Thank you, guys.
All right. Well, let me come in and wrap it up. It's not really it's really more like I was just really just thinking. Right. I wanted to try to make it a poem, but it didn't end up being that. But I still wanted what I was thinking to be said. So this is called What You Stand With. Did you know that you can become what you stand besides? It doesn't happen overnight. Most of the time, it's not even dramatic. Repetition is sneaky like that. You see, alignment is an energetic force. It moves through what you choose, gathers around what you tolerate. You get it? It strengthens whatever you consistently stand next to. So if you stand with anger long enough, your shoulders learn its posture. You identify with fear. Your breath begins to shorten without permission. You lean on ego too many times, and every conversation is on defense. Growth doesn't ask whether the soil is poison or fertile. Sometimes the wrong soil actually teaches you to look for light. Funny thing about alignment is even negative alignment can grow you. Aligning with false identity can teach you what it's like to carry the weight of something too heavy. Prematurely aligning with a situation teaches you discernment. I mean, if you stand in the fire long enough, should you not begin to understand the difference between heat that refines you and heat that consumes? So then, is it actually the heat or how long you stand in it? Because alignment does not equate or equal protection, but the lessons learned through them, they should preserve you. That's it.
That made me think about the last question from the promo. And I think everybody had, well, you and Adriana had pretty much the same answer, leaning towards, it could be either misalignment or alignment, depending on the context, right? And that's what I thought after I sent in my video. I'm like, man, I answered that leaning towards, it was the way I framed my answer even, which made me answer it the way I did. But your whole piece is like, it's not this or that, it's both. Sometimes yes and no is the answer to the question, or yes and yes, depending on, the situation. Now that piece, you took your time with it and was able to really hit home. Thanks for sharing that.
Bang on, Emmanuel. The pacing was definitely relevant in that piece. And I like what you said. It made me think about a podcast I watched this week when you were saying that wherever you align, you start to adopt that. And it was Gabrielle Union, actually. She was on Angie Martinez, and she was saying that she doesn't hang out with couples that are always in conflict or that like put each other down. They make a conscious effort not to do that, because when you're around those people, they're like, oh, he's, and it's all this angst, and then you start doing that, And I thought that's a really good point, actually, because if you're in a relationship and you're only with other happy couples, that rubs off on you, doesn't it? That's going to rub off on you. And it made me think. Your piece made me think about us and how, like's already been said, kind of the different perspectives. I can change my viewpoint within a podcast. It's the iron sharpening iron, as we always say, and just hearing it from all these different angles. And I love the angle you took on that.
Yeah. Talking, I'm on mute. Thank you. And thank you, Alma. All right, so.
Hold up. You know good and well now.
I said that because I was kind of rushing. I knew he was coming. Nah. I'm sorry.
Queen Virgo. No need to be sorry. You are just very much a 360-degree Virgo and have been quite the blessing. And that was a blessing. You took your time. You were smooth with it. The dimple was popping out. That was dope. I appreciate the message and wisdom as always. Much peace.
Thanks. So now this concludes our performance pieces for this 10th podcast on alignment. What we're going to do now is we're going to take a quick break. Let us get some water. Let us refreshing, hydrate our esophagus to get ready to give you a good conversation on alignment. So we're going to take a good 30-minute break and we're going to come back to you guys after that. And when we come back, will be hosting, so get ready for male dominance.
Male dominance in this room. I'm gonna.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah,
that ain't gonna happen.